What's going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on my channel, and today we're going to be reviewing round 11, Port Adelaide versus Fremantle. A big 46-point win at the Adelaide Oval in front of 26,500 people who got to witness what was a pretty clinical performance by Port Adelaide in the end. Some inconsistencies throughout the game, which we will address later on in this review. But nonetheless, we got the job done. We got the 4 points. We head into the bye 8-3, which is something that, you know what, I think I was pretty much hoping that would be the minimum case, looking at the fixture from the start of the year. So it's very good that we're in this position, sitting 5th, just percentage outside the top 4. And I think at the moment we're in a good position to be attacking the second half of the year with a few injuries to come back and suspensions as well as live set. So a lot to digest in this one. Let's get straight into it and review round 11. Well, the biggest issue that was addressed on Sunday was our fast start. We haven't had a fast start like that in, I think, since Essendon, round 2, where we came out and kicked 6 goals that day. I mean, every quarter since then we've been kicking 2, 3 goals. The last month has been a total of 4 goals, which has been, quite dismal for us, and a team that is very strong and attacking and kicking goals. To be kicking 9, 10 goals a game hasn't been enough. And yesterday was the case where we actually finally switched on, and from the centre bounce, we changed it up massively. We had Amon starting in the middle with Wines and Boak, and Charlie Dixon was starting as a ruckman, and Laddams starting forward. And we got the first goal within a minute, Georgiadis kicking that one, and a minute later we got Powell-Pepper taking a mark in pretty much the same spot and kicking a goal as well. And from there the tone was set. We attacked the ball really hard throughout the contest. We were putting it in good directions and good places inside 50. We were deep. We were giving Charlie Dixon, Todd Marshall and Georgiadis all chances to jump at the footy and not be so predictable going inside. We were able to manipulate Fremantle's defensive unit pretty well, and our pressure and our structure was held up really, really strongly. And then the momentum changed a little bit. Freo did kick 7 behinds in the quarter. Probably should have had 2 or 3 goals of that. And we did leave ourselves a bit open down back, which was unfortunate, but in that case, but we were able to respond in that. We kicked 4 goals in 4 minutes in the end of the quarter, and Powell-Pepper's attack on the footy was awesome. Charlie Dixon had 2 goals in the first quarter as well, and Carl Amon broke the record for the most amount of touches in a first quarter for Port Adelaide in 16, beating Kane Corn. So that was an amazing first quarter. It's something that we probably couldn't have asked for much more. To keep them goalless and us kick 7 goals ourselves, I think was really really important for ourselves to be moving forward and get rid of that stigma of a slow start that we've had for the last 6 weeks. And I think now we can move forward into the second half of the year and really focus on that, because that sets the tone. We were 40 points up for the rest of the game. Freo did come within 22 in the last quarter, and they grinded throughout the game. They grinded with us. It became a good contest. They're not the worst side in the comp, Fremantle. They've been pretty much level with any top 8 side. They beat Sydney last week, and they were potent. They had a good structure in the midfield, and I think with Fife and Mundy leading that charge, and they had a young brigade of Sarong, Jera, and Aish was really good as well. I think they were able to manipulate the contest a little bit more and halve it, and I think their second quarter showed that, 6 goals to 5. It did get out to 49 points, and they brought it back to within 5 goals in the end. And I think the third quarter was the worst quarter of the game. We weren't sticking with them. I don't think. I think we just dropped off a little bit more, and that's probably been the other thing that's been an issue. Is once we decide to have a good start or set the tone, we don't really blow teams out of the water. And 46 points is probably a little bit more than I expected to beat Fremantle by, but considering the position we were in, I probably would have liked a 10-goal win in the end, to be honest. And I did say minimum 40-point win halfway through the game was expected. Now that we had that fast start, and we got that, and I don't know, I sort of left the game a bit. I was happy. There was moments where I was thinking to myself, "Holy hell, we're switched on." And Carl Amon's performance in the first quarter did that, and he didn't have much of an impact after that. In the last quarter, he had a bit more, but for him to be in that kind of form just showcases that he's in the conversation for the wing position in the All-Australian side, and I expect him to be in the 40 at this current stage. If we had a halfway All-Australian team, he'd be right up in the conversation. Same with Ollie Wines. Boakey would probably be in there as well. He was second best yesterday, I thought. It was Wines, Boak and Amon who were the clear standouts. Charlie Dixon, Powell-Pepper as well, closely following them. And that's what you wanted. They were able to stand up and that they were the key people in the first quarter, and they are tone setters. The barometers in the side. You expect what you get from Ollie and Trav, but then Amon, Dixon, Powell-Pepper, all these players that you look to when you need a spark, they give it to you, and it was just great to see. And I think Robbie Gray as well is another one that was really good yesterday. Houston was getting his touches, and Motlop was flying under the radar. I thought his work rate was awesome, and especially during that second and third quarter when we needed something to be done, I thought he was able to stand up a bit more. And Lachie Jones is the other one I wanted to talk about. He for me is just 4 games of football, and he's doing what he's doing. That it's unfortunate he had that ankle injury, because I'd be very scared to see what he would have done in those other games, because he's rock solid. The way he moves, the way he just holds himself in the contest, and his pace away from the contest is extremely it's admiring. That's something we've probably lacked. And with Hamish Hartley going out, and Hamish has that driving kick, and he's still a very good footballer, but Jones brings something extra to the table. And at the start of the year, I think we would have questioning whether or not Hamish's place in the side would be up for grabs, and if he wasn't performing, that'd be the case. And it's happened now with Lachie Jones, and Burton getting injured probably gets Hamish back into the team. I don't know the extent of his knee injury. I think it's only going to be minor, but he might miss a couple of weeks. And I know we've got the bye next week, but that might be still a big question mark whether or not he plays the Thursday night against Geelong. And Orazio's the same, bit sore with his knee, so I don't know if he'll get up for the Geelong game, but we've got people that can come back in, and I think the mix will almost be right. The way we hold ourselves, we were just a lot better yesterday, and in front of the crowd that were pretty motivated. We were pretty up and about for 26,000, which was good to see. I just think if we were just fixing up a few things, our movement from halfback, I think we need to slow it down a bit more. Just keep going. I think we started the second quarter well, we came out strong, and then halfway through the second quarter we changed. We tried to manipulate the play a bit more, get a bit cute, and that's what opened up Fremantle a chance to come in to the game. And the third quarter we sort of kept that mentality, which was a bit concerning, and then the last quarter we sort of opened up a bit more, and our forward pressure was good. And if we can get that a little bit longer in games, I think we're going to blow teams away, and we'll get to that stage. But overall, the performance was pretty solid. 7 out of 10. It's the type of game you probably expected. And 46 points, like I said, it's more than enough for me. And with the next month after the bye ahead, we're not 100% sure what's going to happen with fixtures and COVID at the moment, but the fixture, you look at it now, we've got Geelong at home, then you've got Gold Coast in Gold Coast, Sydney at home, and I think Hawthorn is after that. So it's a good month. That's a promising month of football that you can almost get 4-0 if you play right. And to be 12-3 after that month would be awesome, because then we got the tougher game against Melbourne, and then we go into the deeper part of the season where we get ready for finals. So I think we need to build on that still. We're not a lock for finals yet, but we're in a pretty good position to be holding firm in 5th, 2 games clear of 8th position, a game clear of the Swans, and only percentage away from 3rd, I think it is. So, it's a positive outlook to be having. And we all know the inconsistencies we've had. We all know the patches of form we've had, and you just got to look at the little individual performances and ones that stand out a little bit more than others, and key moments, because eventually they'll stack up and we'll get to where we want to get. I've rambled along way too long in this review, for more than it probably needed to for the game that we had, and I think, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of the game, especially the Port fans that were watching from home that couldn't get to the game due to quarantine and coming back from Melbourne. I'd really like to hear from you guys, because you're the ones that are unfortunate enough to miss out on the game yesterday, and your voice definitely was missed. I did say we were up and about, but you could tell we were lacking a bit with the people I know that would have been in Melbourne, who was so loud, and the cheer squad and everyone. So let me know in the comments below what you thought of the game, who were your standouts and what needs to be improved on. And as well, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you get onto that. We're building to 4,000 subscribers now, on our way, and hopefully the rest of the season can continue on. We've got the vlog coming out tomorrow, and then we'll look at what else we can produce for the next week, considering we've got a bye. So we might have a rest, we might get some content out. I'm not 100% sure on that yet, but I'll keep you informed on Instagram as well, so make sure you're following that, and Twitter as well. Get around us, let's have a big conversation about our halfway point of the year. Thank you so much for watching, Port fans. My name is Anthony, and as always, go on the pair.